Our house itself was built pre-independence. Initially, coming to Shamshabad is a far-fetched thought. Everyone thinks Shamshabad, okay, you're going to the airport. This got it down to 25 minutes in an ideal situation. We wanted something that is a bit more concealed, something that gives a more homely vibe. She was so hell-bent that I want a road-facing apartment. The model flat's amazing.
Buying your first home is the key to financial independence.
By the time you occupy this space, it will be 3.5, 3.75 minimum. Hello everyone, my name is Dhairya Agarwal. Do I give a general introduction or do I give my introduction in regards to what I'm doing here?
No, there are no cameras. You just speak to me. It's just two of us talking.
Sure.
You can give an intro. How would you introduce yourself when you meet anyone? Just a general introduction is fine.
Okay, so hello, I'm Dhairya. I'm currently pursuing my MBA, but I've full-fledged joined my family business as well, and I'm trying to grow my business from what my mother has established to something that I can call my own. That's pretty much it.
So can you tell me a little more about your family? Your mom, who stays at your home? What do you mean when you say my family?
So if you're asking about my family per se, I live in a proper joint family, a proper Marwadi joint family. So I have my dadi, I have my bade papa, my chacha, chachis. Like it's a proper joint family. But when it comes to my core family, it's my mother, my father, and my elder sister. So both my parents have been working since 18 years at this point, I guess, since I've been very young. Uh, my family as a whole is entirely dedicated to the textile space. My father has his textile shop. My mother runs her own boutique. So I've always been inclined towards clothes somehow because I guess I inherited from them. Of course, in my sister, she's a digital head at Earthful. It's a multivitamin company for
Okay.
ladies who are in their early 40s, mid 50s. Yeah, that's my family.
And you told me you stay in a joint family.
I do.
And how far is your current house from your workplace? I think you told me your dad has his own uh, store, your mom has has her boutique, and your sister is working at a multivitamin firm. So how far, like where is your workplace then?
My mom's boutique and where I am currently working is like walkable distance from our the place of residence. My father is in a radius of 1 or 2 kilometers. My sister has a hassle. She needs to travel 15 kilometers up and down daily. Her workplace is at Madhapur, okay, near daily rituals and all that Prost wala space. So it's a big hassle for her.
It's road number 45.
Yeah, it's pretty far. She needs to make the drive every day. She comes back very late. She's a little cranky. So we keep her distance from her when she comes back.
That's nice. But how does your general day start like? Knowing that all of you are in different spaces or have your independent workplaces, what does your day start like? When do you get to spend family time as a family?
I think the day starts a little early for my sister, since she needs to make the drive to her workplace. She wakes up a bit earlier than all of us. She gets ready, and at morning she has her breakfast with our bade papa, Tammy, and those guys. She doesn't have a breakfast with us. And if I'm going to college on that day, currently my exams are going on, so I'm not having the regular timings. So if I have college, then I'll wake up around the same time as her. I'll go to college. If not, I'll wake up with my parents. We all have a breakfast together, and then we all go for our works simultaneously. And then our returning times vary as well. Me and my mom, we come back around 8, 8:15. My sister approximately takes her 8:30 to 9 o'clock. My father returns a little later up until 10 o'clock. So post 10 o'clock, we try to sit down, at least have half an hour to 1 hour for us time. And then we have our own me times because we are like, एक घंटे से ज़्यादा हम नहीं कर पाएंगे एक दूसरे को. Now we need our own space.
That's nice. Ma'am.
Thank you.
I was just thinking, so as a family, you told me that you're a large joint family.
Yeah.
And a small nuclear family within a large joint family staying in Hyderabad. How long have you been in Hyderabad? Uh,
Uh, Me, I've been born and brought up in Hyderabad, but I think it's been 3 or 4 generations since
Wow.
my family has occupied Hyderabad. I think for as far as I can remember, if anyone asks me where are you from, I'd say Hyderabad. Like my native is Hyderabad.
and so 3 to 4 generations is a long time.
Yeah.
You are like your family, it's from Hyderabad. I get it. Um, so what about your home? Have you been staying? I think the first time I met ma'am, she told me that she's very attached to the house she's staying in right now. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Absolutely. The thing is, we have been staying in the same house for 3 generations as well.
Oh wow.
Like my grandmother was married into this house and we've occupied the same space for at least 70 to 80 years. Our house itself was built pre-independence.
Oh.
So it has a lot of history with it. And the reason we love our house is because it has its own space inside the house. पहले के ज़माने में वो आंगन का घर, बौड़ी का घर जो बोलते हैं, we have that as our space. So it's proper open house. If it rains, we have rain inside our house. If it's sunny, we have that sun inside our house. So having that space growing up was something that I did not realize how nice it was until my friends visited and they were like, "Oh my god, you have such a great house." It's like I said, because you don't really appreciate what you have on a daily basis. So we've been in the same house for I think 80 years at this point. My grandmother's, I don't know, yeah, approximately 80 years. So all of us have been very, very attached to this house, but everyone has been finding their own spaces. One of my chachis, they live at Kokapet. One of them live at Domalguda. Now we are coming here. My Bade Papa Taimon, I think they might be coming here as well, or they're going to Attapura. I'm not very sure. But it's honestly a very tough decision for all of us because we cannot see ourselves removing ourselves from that place. It means a lot to us, especially for us kids, because we have had our entire livelihood in that house. So to move on from there is a bit difficult, but we realize that sometimes we have to detach ourselves from certain things to move on to better places. So that is why we are like, okay, as much as we love you, it's time to let go.
A very beautiful thought. So, so when did you realize that you are looking for a new home?
Uh, to be honest, it was around COVID, I guess, 2020 or 2019. We've been looking to sell our ancestral home and move to another area. Our initial plan was that we'll buy our own plot of land and we'll construct ourselves because all of us had this collective thought that we wanted to continue staying together. Like we wanted to have our own individual spaces, maybe a 3-4 story building, have our own individual spaces, but still live collectively as a group. But that did not pan out well because of COVID. We had a deal locked down, but COVID happened, all of that went down, so we couldn't finalize it. But now everyone's going to their own places, so that's okay. Like sabka workplace alag alag hai. Everyone has their own things to be concerned about. So as per that, we are selecting our own areas. This is fruitable and favorable for us because there are 2 new bridges made, so that connects us to our workplace very well. So initially coming to Shamshabad is a far-fetched thought. Everyone thinks Shamshabad, okay, you're going to the airport. That is the only reason one might think about Shamshabad. So when we came to this area, we were scouting for places. We honestly did not expect ourselves to actually land here. But the opening of 2 new bridges made it very believable for us to see ourselves living in this space. Because even now, I think it took me like 20-22 minutes for 12 to 13 kilometers.
Oh, that's decently good time.
That's very good. It takes me more to reach Abbots, which is like 4.5 kilometers from my place. It takes me more time to reach there.
So you stay at around Ghasi Bazaar right now?
Yeah, near High Court.
Near High Court. Oh, that's very nice. So, but tell me a little bit more about the journey of looking for a plot of land, planning to build a house, and then deciding on an apartment. Uh, because I've been working in real estate for um, I've been selling real estate inventory for about 5 to 6 years now. And a lot of times I have to convince clients to buy a villa or an apartment. And a lot of clients I have to speak with them regarding how an apartment is better than a villa. So I know both have their pros and cons, but I would really like to hear your thoughts on it since you have considered both and you have made this purchase here now.
The thing is, since we have been born and brought up in a joint family, we always had the thought that we wanted to continue living with our people. And we really tried our best. Thanks to my chacha and my bade mummy, those guys tried their level best. We saw every possible area of land available in Hyderabad. But unfortunately, we could not lock down on one. And like one of my uh, younger chachi have been living separately since quite some years. But even they were dead set on, if you guys pick a land, we will come with you.
Hmm.
So that emotion was there. And we really tried, because having our own land, we did not want to go to a place that it's a part of community or something. We wanted our own separate space. But unfortunately, we could not get a land where we could build a house that would be suitable for us. So at that point, it was a bit difficult. I feel after a certain time, everyone accepted that this might not happen. So the next best option was finding a good community to be a part of, finding a good series of apartments. And we were thinking that maybe we can buy 3 to 4 flats in the same apartment, so that we'll still have that space of being together, but we'll lose out on the individuality of it. Since we could not acquire the land, we made our peace with it. Ki, "ठीक है, this is the next best option." So that's when we decided ki fine, we'll search for something that is favorable for all of us. But it's too diverse. It's too diverse. Peop all of us were willing to make the sacrifice or go through inconveniences if we were owning that space. But finding a community which is suitable for everyone, everyone has different working hours, different areas of work. So to find a common factor which will be suitable for every one of us was very difficult. So that's when we decided that all of us will go our separate ways. No hard feelings. It was fine. We all love each other still. And now everyone's finding their own spaces which works for them. Us, we were very clear that we don't want to go too far away from our workspace. Like the maximum we were willing to travel was 40 minutes, half hour, not more than that. This got it down to 25 minutes in an ideal situation. Traffic hours, it's 30 to 35 minutes. So we were okay with this. But for others, it's not suitable. So that is why we are like, okay, let's see if down the line, couple of years, if we are able to realize this dream, us kids, if we are able to make it real. But for the time being, we've decided that we'll find our own spaces.
That's very nice. I'm glad that you found something you like. Um, so speaking of your home, what do you personally think of when you picture a house, where you picture a home? Like, how would you describe your home?
My home is very welcoming, because like our entry is a little narrow. We have a very big gate, as a proper Haveli ka darwaza. It takes a little force to push it in. It has a narrow entry inside our house, and then it's like a square. It's very open. It's very huge. So whenever I picture a house, I picture sunlight, fresh air, that space where I can just sit and relax a little, and I don't have to be worried about anything. Like I have my own area that I can be comfortable in. For me, a house is a place where I can feel all seasons very freely. That is what I imagine when I imagine my home.
Oh, that's a very realistic, very nice thought to have. Good, very good. I think that was the thought process we had when we were designing this space as well. We wanted to be as welcoming, as friendly as possible, both to the experience center and the design. We've also tried to ensure that we use higher doors, taller balconies, taller windows, so we have ample light and ventilation coming through. So I am very glad that you got what you were looking for. And like how did you first come to know about Dave and Dave's signature one? What's your story with us?
Uh, I think our first point of contact with you guys was our clients. Since I said we have a very customer oriented business, we have a boutique. So we talk to a lot of people on a daily basis. One of our clients, we would, in the midst of conversations, we mentioned that we are looking for a space of our own. We are looking to buy an apartment. So they recommended, they're like, are you okay with Shamshabad? At that time, it was a bit difficult for us to think. So we're like, Arey, nahi yaar, Shamshabad is way too far. We might not go there. They're like, no, we booked a flat in this place called Dev. Please go check it out once. You'll not buy, right? You'll not go there and finalize the deal. Just go check it out. I think you might like it. My mother, she's more inclined towards that open area, even more so than me, which is why she was so hell-bent that I want a road-facing apartment. It's okay if I have to pay a bit more. I want to see that road, those cars, that space. So she's a very good client of ours. She recommended, she was like, please go just check it out, have a look. So that's when we decided, okay, no harm in doing so. And on our way here, we saw that this is being developed to another level. There are a lot of different projects. So we initially came down right here. We had a look, and I think it was very early on. We came, I think just me, my mother, and my sister. We came, we had a glimpse, and then we forgot about it. Later on, we got in contact with you guys again, and I think that's when all of it started. Our journey individually, that's when it started. But if I'm to recall, the very first time I heard about Dev was back in 2020, I think, before COVID. I told you, right, we were looking for our own space. At that time, my brother was on the hunt as well. His area of work is near Aramgarh. So he was venturing in these areas as well. At that time, he came and he was like, guys, there's this good project here. It's, I think at that time, even the land wasn't excavated yet. So he came at that time, he was like, यहाँ पे अच्छा दिख रहा है, let's have a look. Is it okay if I say the SFT rate at that time?
Please be very comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't.
So back then, I think the SFT rate was 4,500 or 5,000. It's like 5,000 mein, it's a good project. I've talked about it. Come, he got our entire family back in 2020 when the rates were like 5,000. And at that time, he's like, let's go for it. But since all of us were in a mindset that we wanted to build our own house, none of us took it very seriously, to be honest. And then few years down the line, we forgot about it. Then we got reintroduced to it through a client, and then we're like, Arey, this is the same one that my brother recommended. We've already been here. So having my brother as a point of contact, someone who has already invested his interest into this project, and then having someone else recommend it as well, we'll be like, okay, this is worth actually considering. We should go and put some thought into it. So we came down, we talked to the people around here. Bharat was a help, then you as well. I remember our first proper meet was back at your place. You gave us some time, you explained all of it, like what are the amenities you're providing, what is the space, what is the community you're trying to build here. And that, I think, was the selling point for us. We're very keen on the kind of people we want to be with, who we want to surround ourselves with. And I feel the community that is going to be built here is something that will help us uplift our own thoughts and morals as well. So that's when, after the first meet, my mother was like, I want to do this. And thankfully, my mother is not someone who gets confused very easily. If she has something on her mind, she'll get it done. So she was like, Dhairya, मेरे को ये project पसंद आ गया, we are going forward. I was like, we have other options to consider. Shamsabad's growing rapidly. She's like, नहीं, को नहीं देखना. And I think one of our best moments that we talked about was when we were finalizing, of course, everyone haggles a little on the price. Like SFT rate, can we have a little discounted price and all, You're like, I'll give you the best price, trust me. And we did trust you because you were very transparent about it. We're thankful for that. And I think I'll not name drop any other projects. I'll not do that. But you're like, I would encourage you to actually go and check out each and every project. As a consumer, as a buyer, it's your right to do so. Please go, do your research. I'm very proud of what I am making here. I'm very proud of what we are offering. And once you actually do your market research, I think you'll be able to better appreciate what I'm trying to do here. So please go ahead. I'll not stop you. And that's when we're like, okay, if someone's so confident in their product, if someone's so confident in what they are doing, we have no other reason to go and hunt around. So that's when we were like, this is something that we want. This is something that we envision ourselves being a part of.
That's I'm glad to hear you.
This is
thought
not
process.
plain flattery. You did play a good role in us actually being able to buy this house for us.
Thank you. That is very nice to hear. Thank you.
Now you're doing a good job,
Thank
truly.
And so after you met me, after I met ma'am, and after your first visit to our experience center more recently, I think your first earlier visit might have been way back in 2020, 2021, when our sales office experience center site wasn't as ready, it wasn't as polished because we had just acquired the land, we had just put our boards up. We are just speaking with clients to tell them, okay, this is something that we're coming up with. But after your more recent visit, uh, after meeting me and visiting the site, what was your personal thought? I mean, what did you think about the most? What feature of the project did you synonymize with the most? And what did you feel was, okay, this is why you want to come here, or this is what you like most about the project?
As you said, back in 2020, 2021, you guys did not have it so polished. I remember it was just a trailer
Yeah, yeah.
that they were dealing out of. But I would like to take a moment to appreciate your team, to be honest. Even back then, they were very enthusiastic. They were very on board with everything. It is very important that the first contact of a client is right. I've visited other projects where the team has been very nonchalant, and that doesn't work. If you have a potential buyer, you need to show that interest to convert them into a actual sale. So your team did a good job back then as well. And then when we came in the recent time, when all of this was actually built, they had a more professional feel to it because they have a space to work out of as well. So that was one of the selling points, that we have a good space to actually come down and see. And I think what sold us the most was the model fact. You did a great job on that. My sister, she's not very interested in all of this. She's like, "आप लोग को जहाँ जाना है चल जाओ. I'll come with you guys. It's okay. Anyways, I have my own life to lead, so it doesn't really concern me." And she's way too work oriented to be involved in all of this. After we had all the talks with you, we were like, just come, have a look. She came down, she saw the model flat. She's like, "Mom, this is so beautiful. This is so pretty." And for my sister to be so enthusiastic about something, let me tell you, it's a big deal. We were happy to see her happy about a space, because we've taken her to other apartments as well once we've considered. And always there was something that she would nitpick. But those were valid points, so we could not argue against her ki you're being a little too precise about this. It's not like that. So when she came here, she was like, "Nah, this is very nice. I want this. The model flat's amazing. Is this how our space would look?" Like, yeah, this is what they're giving. This is what it will look like. Of course, the interior is your choice. Do it however you want. So our sister, when she was like, yes, that's when my mom had that sense of relief as well. Ki, okay, all my children are happy with this as well. And another thing that we were really happy about with your space was that you mentioned that there is ample amount of space between each block. Many apartments, what they do is that they cramp up the space a little too much. There's no breathability in the area. You mentioned that there's ample of space in each and every block, and before any other neighboring project as well, there is a magnitude of space in between. And you also mentioned ki, okay, I'll be very realistic.
Please, please.
This space pe, there might be this project coming up, so this view might be blocked for you. This space pe there is nothing possible. यहाँ पे ऐसा होगा. So you helped us out with that. My mom, being the person she wanted a road-facing apartment. So at that time we were like, you can go for it, because in the upcoming future as well, I don't envision anything blocking your sight of you. Given the flow you are taking, given the area that we are in, there are multiple projects, but trust me, nothing will block your visibility. So that's when we were like, okay, this is fulfilling almost all of our requirements. So that's when we were like, okay, we'll go for it. Also, realistically speaking, budget plays a part. We, as an individual family, needed to push our budget a little, but you were very helpful with the finances as well. You connected us to a good bank. They were able to give us a loan at a good rate. And another thing that my mom not my mom actually, I was very excited about was you explaining how a good home opens up the possibilities to a better future. Everyone has that sense of security when they buy a house. It's very important. But you explaining कि once you acquire a good piece of land that actually appreciates, you can lead that to financial independence as well. My mom wasn't very fascinated with it at that time, but that is something that has stuck with me. You're explaining that once you actually buy this house, you can, acquire another loan at a lower rate of interest. You can use the difference amount for something else to maybe expand your business. All of that thought process was something that we really appreciated. Gives us sense of feeling ki, okay, this is not just someone who wants to build, sell and get out of here. This is someone who's actually passionate about what he's trying to do. So I think that helped us as well.
No, see, I stand by everything I said. Buying your first home is the key to financial independence. People feel getting a loan is going to block them. They're afraid of taking a loan, especially Marwari families like us. But I'll be very honest. Like, truly, buying a home is the first step to financial independence, and a home loan is the cheapest loan you'll get in your lifetime. That's it. You cannot get money for a cheaper price. Even with the increasing interest rates right now, home loans are still the most affordable way of financing whatever you want to finance, primarily a home. And like my team and I are always here to help you wherever you'd require a home, wherever you require a help in the future. Um, So what about your mom? I mean, you've told me about how you felt, about what your sister liked. Uh, what did you discuss about after going home? Like after the drive back home, what did your mom say? I mean, how did she react to seeing the project? Because I know I know her name from our database. She's an old client. Um, but having visited again, what did you discuss as a family that okay, this was your primary point of discussion, saying that okay, this is what you as a family enjoy the most about the project?
Okay. So as a family, what we wanted was, as I said, a good community. That was very important for us. Another important factor that we were considering is that we did not want to go into a very huge gated community where they have like 1,000, 2,000 flats. I think ours is 200 approx.
About 300 flats,
300, yeah.
yes.
So we were okay with it. We're like under 400, under 500, we are still fine with. Because anything beyond 500 flats or 1,000 flats, I personally feel that no builder will be able to put that much thought and effort into each and every piece of his project. And somehow being in such a huge gated community scares us. We are someone who, even though we are a part of joint family, we are very enclosed as our circle. So we were very clear that one, we wanted a good community. Two, the space should be nice, should be favorable. The location should be in our favor. And three, we did not want to be a part of a very, very huge project. We wanted something that is a bit more concealed, something that gives a more homely vibe. And that's when we were like, this fills out those requirements, because any other project that's been currently developed in Shamshabad itself are massive. Minimum site pe bhi there are like 500 apartments, 600 apartments. नहीं भाई, it's too much. अंदर आए घुन जाए कोई भी, हम invite कैसा करें किसी को? No one will be able to actually understand where they're going. And another reason that we went for this was because I don't know how to actually put it. Wait, I'm looking for a specific word.
Please take your time, be comfortable. Yeah.
No, that's okay for me. Sorry, as I was saying, another reason that we went for this space was because this was able to give us the roadside view, what we wanted in our budget. Of course, we had to push it a lot so that we were comfortable with it. But again, one thing you said was, back when you built your own house, your parents, your father especially, he pushed his budget for like 3 to 4 times of what he initially expected. And that's when we were like, it's okay. Even if it's out of our budget a little, we will push, we will go for it. And that's when we decided for the roadside flat. Road facing flat.
Yes.
As a family, as us four, we are not very fond of extracurriculars, to be honest, except me. For me, amenities was something that I did look for, and you guys are making a good clubhouse. I saw all the amenities in that. I was fascinated by it. I go to gym, I play badminton, so all of that was very fascinating to me. For my sister, I think you also mentioned that you're making a working space, individual working space. That is something that she saw interest in. She was interested in. My mother, she's one of the concerns that my mother had. You sold it as a selling point. You're like, we're giving big tiles, you're giving huge doors and all. She was like, how will I clean it? How will I manage all this space? I said, Mom, he's giving us something to be happy about. Why are you worried about? She's like, इतनी बड़ी balcony का मैं क्या करूँ? Mummy, it's okay, हो जाएगा, be happy. My father, my father is someone who is content as long as the rest of his family is okay with it. He's very clear about it. He's like, as long as you three are comfortable with it, as long as you three are okay with it, I'm fine. He has the last say, of course, but his last say is mostly influenced by what us we are saying. I think that is why everyone had something to be happy about, something to be excited about when we visited this place. I think all of those little contributions finally led us to a big decision where we like, हाँ यार, सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ है, कर सकते हैं ये. That's how we ended up actually going for this.
What about you as an individual? Like once you saw the plans, you told me you've taken a look at the amenities, you've gone through a website, you've gone through what we are doing here, and you've had time to think about what you wanted since you've been looking for your home for a while. What do you think in this entire project or in your flat is going to be your personal space?
The badminton court.
The badminton court. Oh, that's nice to know.
I go for badminton like every weekend, 2 hours, 3 hours minimum, like Saturday, Sunday. Gym is gym is my own space as well, but it's often shared by a lot of people. But when I'm on that court with only 2 or 3 more people, they are my known people. So for me, it even though it might seem like a trivial thing or a childish answer, for me that badminton court is something that I was really looking forward to. Also, another thing that I really liked was the bathrooms. If I'm being honest, me and my sister, we are like, the bathrooms is an absolute necessity for us. We like to have bigger bathrooms. A common problem in lot of apartments nowadays is that they're giving the bedroom of a very good size, but the bathrooms have been scaled down to a very minute space. We individually, we are okay with compromising a little on the bedroom space, but we want a bigger bathroom. We want a place where we can freshen up better. We want a place where we can bath better. And here, my sister came, she saw, she was like, yeah, here the bathrooms are spacious, they're good enough. We can go for this. I like this. Because in apartment nowadays, only the master bedroom is something that has a decent sized bathroom. The rest, all of them are very minimal. Here, I think you've done a very good job with the layout as well. 2800 SFT and 3600 SFT. I think both of them were something that we were considering.
Yeah.
The only difference that we could feel was in the living space. The living space might have been scaled down a little, but it did not feel very different in the bedrooms. So that was very important for us. We were like, okay, it's okay if we consider scaling down to 2800 SFT because for a family of 4, 3600 seemed too much. Even if we do expand, like even if our family becomes a bit bigger in future, I think 2800 was ample for us, especially given the size of the rooms, the size of the bathrooms. And it has a continuous living room, right?
Yes.
It's continuous. So the big balcony gives us a lot of fresh sunlight, a lot of fresh air. That is something that was really nice about it.
We also have this one feature that comes to mind when you talk about all this that I feel we are doing here in this project that almost no one else is able to offer in this micro market, and which is very important for an end use client, I feel, is we have the ability to make minor internal changes in case a client wants. For example, like you said, you'd like to expand the bathroom by a little bit, even if you have to compromise on your bedroom size just a little bit. It's a personal choice. So have you or your family availed any of these changes? Have you made any internal changes in your flat?
No, we have not. As I said, once we finalized the deal, we were so happy, we were so content with it. We did not find the need to actually come down and see if everything's going to our liking or not. What you offered initially was something that we were entirely happy with. You like in the process of dealing, you also mentioned that we'll send daily reports, monthly updates as well. So you will not come down to the site every time, so that we don't waste your time. To be honest, I don't think any one of us has even seen any report yet. We're like, ban raha hai na. We are so happy with our decision. My mother, she was like, I don't know if I've made a lot of right decisions in my life. I've learned from them, that's for sure. But this is a decision that I'm very confident about and I'm very happy about, which is very important for her, which is very important for us as well. So we individually have not availed any of those offerings where we are actually coming down and we're like, we would want a bigger bathroom or we would want this space to be made like this. Did not really cross our mind. We were very happy with what the initial layout was, and I feel that was suitable for our family. So we did not really think that we have to come down and actually suggest any changes better suited for us.
Sure.
But it's a good option that you're providing. It's actually a very good option. Some families might have some recommendations or a certain way that they want their house to look. It's a good option.
Nice. So having said everything that you've told me now, and one more question does come to mind.
Sure.
I was thinking, how do you think your life and your family's life will change once you move into this new apartment? What quality of life changes do you expect to experience once you move in?
Honestly, I feel initially it will be a difficult transition for us to come from an open house to a individual flat. I think it might be a difficult transition for us. We're dreading it a little to be to be very frank, but well, once we've settled down, it will be a good change for us because to be very honest, in our community especially, a house is something that everyone looks at. आप कहाँ रह रहे हो is very important. So first and foremost, when you say someone that I'm living in Shamshabad, immediately their reaction is like, oh, wow, Shamshabad mein reh rahe kya aap? It's either, wow, you're living in Shamshabad, or are you okay being so far? And then we tell them, Shamshabad as an area has always been very well reputed because of our airport, because of how nice it is. So first and foremost, being in Shamshabad, that was a plus point for us because initially everyone is like, okay, Shamshabad is a good area. It's something that will be developed better in future as well. And second, I feel the way of transport, the mode of communication is better for us as well. My sister travels through her Activa. She's very comfortable in her Activa. But once we move here, she has better accessibility to roads. Old City being Old City, it's a great place. I love Old City, but it has a common traffic problem. There's nothing you can do about it. So once we come here, I feel that will be solved for us. We can move around better. That I think will be one of the bigger changes for us. And because my family, we don't like traveling a lot. We're not that people. The only one who actually enjoys driving in my family is me. Even though my sister drives, my father drives, they're not very fond of it. So I think for me, that is a very important thing to consider, that I have better access to travel now. And the other thing would be that having our own individual flat for the first time in our life, we can maintain it, we can do whatever we want with it. So that will be a big change for us. We'll be able to lead a life the way we want to. That should currently also there is no restrictions, there is nothing in our place. But having something that is exclusively for us is something that will be new for us, but is a change that we are very excited about. I feel this will be a good change for us. And as per quality of life, I think I don't know if I'll be able to comment on it just yet until and unless I actually come and live in this space. But I'm very hopeful for what this holds for us.
Nice. Thank you. So your flat's completion is still about a year and a half away. We have just casted the 5th floor, 6th floor slab. Um, so one more question that a lot of people keep asking me, and I keep thinking is, so you've booked your flat a little while back. It's been some time, and booking a flat or an apartment or a home before it's built takes a certain amount of trust. Um, what helped you build that trust with us? What made you trust us enough to book a flat or an apartment with us before it was built?
As I said, we had 2 point of contacts. Initially, my brother, he's very research oriented. He
Huh?
if he gets into something, he ensures that he gets every detail out of it. So at that time, if he actually landed on something when it wasn't even in the excavation stage yet, so that was one thing that I really considered. I was like, अगर भैया इतना strongly तब recommend कर रहा था, तो ये अभी देख सकते हैं. And after that as well, one of our very trusted clients recommended it to us. They had already booked a flat prior to us. So when they said that we have already booked a flat here, please go check it out, we did. And then one of our clients, other clients as well, I think they just mentioned कि शमशाबाद पे भी बहुत बन रहा है. उसमें से एक सिटाडेल के बाजू एक अच्छा बन रहा है थोड़ा आगे सर्विस रोड पे. Do check it out. They were not able to pinpoint the name at that time, but they briefed us about the area. So having certain people say that we've already vetted out the place, we've already made our due diligence, that is something that really helped us build trust. Because in our own community, in our own family, we had people saying that this is a project that we are interested in. So that makes that psychological trust automatically. And then when we came down, we met your team, met you, and through all of our conversations and through all of the offerings that you were giving, in our decision making process as well, up until the point we actually made the deal, all of that was something we were like, yeah, this is not someone who will just take our money and fleet or something like that. This is someone who will actually build our house and give it to us. I think you mentioned it in one of our meetings as well. You were like, trust me, this is not just a project for me. I understand how important it is for a family to buy their first house. Someone might have the fortune of buying multiple places, but for a family to buy a house for them to live in is a very, very big decision that I don't take lightly. So hearing that from someone who's actually so involved in the project, I mean, of course, that helped build trust. And another thing that I noticed is that any random day or any time that we've been here, 99% of the times you've been here as well. There hasn't been an instance where we've come down and we are like, can we meet Devansh? Is he available or not? You've always been visible in this space. Whenever I've come inside, it's very rare that I've seen you in your office. So to see that someone's actively coming every day to look over the project gives that sense of security. Ki yes, this is someone who's standing, who's actually seen ki हाँ मेरा project बन रहा है. That builds a lot of trust. We're not worried. You said, and another thing that we really liked is you did not try to upsell us on the date of delivery. You weren't like, no, by 2026 we'll give you nothing like that. But you were very clear. First quarter of 2027, maximum second quarter. That too with interior, I'll give it to you. So that is something that we really liked. We are very on point people, especially Marwadis. जो जैसा है बात करो हमको ठीक है. So we're very on point. You're like, ma'am, I'll not lie to you. 2027 is my delivery date, but trust me, it will not be postponed beyond that. I'm saying this with the error of margin that this is my final delivery date. Post this, I will not make you wait. So that was something like, okay.
That's nice to know. To close off this conversation, one last question I'd like to ask is, what made you think that what made Dev stand out from the other developers in this location?
Again, I'll have to circle back to what you said. That one thing has stuck to me in all of our meetings was when we were finally deciding on the price, when we were finally deciding on the deal. Of course, you were haggling a little, and at that time, you're like, ma'am, do finalize this deal. And even if you don't, I'll have any harm feelings. I meant the best for you. But before you do, this is my final offering. You gave us the final offering. Look, this is my final offering, ma'am. Trust me, I can't do better than this. This is what is my absolute best. This is what I'm offering. Like, but before you sign this, please go check out each and every project that is being made currently. I encourage you to do so. That is something that really stuck with me. The transparency, the more than the transparency, the belief in self. That you're so confident in yourself and what you're trying to build here. You're like, ab ja ab dekh lo, mujko problem nahi hai. As a matter of fact, I encourage you because once you do that, you'll be able to better appreciate what I'm offering. And I feel at that time, what price I'm asking for wouldn't feel so unfair as it might be feeling now. So that is something that stuck with me personally. And while sitting in car as well, I was like, मम्मी किसी को इतना कॉन्फिडेंस है ना कहीं और देखने की अपने को जरूरत नहीं है. So that is one thing that stood out for us. It's the confidence that you guys have in what you're building here. And other things is that I'll not name drop any projects, but one of it is way too close to Citadel. There's just one entry. That is a big factor. Marwadis have big fat weddings. I'll be blocked out of my own space for 4 months. December, January, February chale jayega mera. So that was one. Another project, it's like a huge project. I can't see myself living in that. I'll get lost. Then another project, again, your team. Hats off to your team. Do appreciate them. I know you do, but do appreciate them. Another project, the day you said that, we did visit one of the projects. We were circling back. We took the U-turn. It was being built. We just drove in. The moment we drove in, there was no one to attend us. There was no one at the front desk. And the person who was there was very niche. He was very easy about it. He said, yeah, have a seat. Our team will come to you. When we come here, if we have like at least 3 or 4 people at the front desk, minimum. And in that as well, we have someone who is in finance who can explain you the finance of what you're trying to buy, who will be able to explain what the project is. You have multiple people available at all time. First impressions are the best impressions. It's very true. It stands. They are the lasting impressions as well. So the moment we enter, your team was ready with whatever a customer or a consumer might ask, which is very important. That project was unable to do so. And other projects, they're a bit farther from what we would like. This, having the service road as well, is very accessible. And you explaining that down the line, this service road will be gone as well. And they're planning to expand the roads. You explained that as well. So we were very confident, we were very comfortable. In future as well, you mentioning in future as well, ma'am, your accessibility to us will not be blocked in any shape or form. We've made sure about it that you're able to come to us, you're able to come to your house very conveniently. So that is something that stood out to us personally compared to other projects. As I also said, the community, the limited number of flats that you guys are building, personal care is something that I think stood out for us. And now that you mentioned, as I said, we personally, we never came down to the site again to make any individual changes. But I feel what you're offering is very nice. If a family wants certain things to be done a certain way, you're willing to do so. And I feel that shows the commitment that you mean when you say ki, ha, I understand how big of a decision a house is to someone. That personal touch. We really liked it. So I think that was the driving factor for us. All of you guys have been very accommodating, very helpful. Because individually, a house is a very big decision. It's very frightening as well. As you said, alone is something that not very lot of people are comfortable with. It scares them. But you telling ki na, it's okay, trust me. Another statement that you passed that stuck with me was, ma'am, the current price that you're buying at, by the time I build and send it to you, it will be 1.5. Trust me. I'm not even talking like down the year, like 2 or 3 years down the lane, 5 years down the lane. वो छोड़ दो आप. आप suppose you're buying it at 2.5, 2.8, whatever you're buying it at currently, I can give you in writing that by the time you occupy this space, it will be 3.5, 3.75 minimum. So, as a Marwadi, that was like a touching moment for me. I was like, yeah, that's nice. So, having that foresight that in future, this is a space that will only appreciate was a very comforting factor. We have this sense of security as well. Ki, okay, what we are buying will help us grow our wealth in future.
Hmm.
All these little things, they added up to our entire experience, and I feel that was so important for us. Buying a house, again, it's a very intimidating thing, but to be actually go ahead and get our own space is something we are very thankful for. And we are thankful to you, of course, that you're building our house.
Thank you, sir. It was a lovely conversation.
I enjoyed it as well.
Anything else more to add?
Thank you. Come on.
Thank you. It was fun. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I did not notice.